Everybody, hope all is well. Got another video. This one is on what I'm seeing as potential disclosure on the crypto-terrestrial presence, or UFO, UAP, all one and the same, through a particular video game franchise. The way it's just a theory, but there's some uncanny similarities between what's going on with the so-called non-human presence on Earth. It is a human presence of a sort, and the storylines in the Assassin's Creed games. And I've this is gonna be kind of a geeking out, long-winded kind of rant, but I'm a fan of the Assassin's Creed games. I'm a video gamer. I haven't played through them all. I've kind of hopped around through them here and there, but I've had the urge lately to kind of dive into the series from the start, and some of the stuff I remember about it seemed remarkably similar to some of the stuff I've learned about the crypto terrestrials. And then as I'm playing through them, I'm seeing that even more so. For instance, in the first game, you got the assassins and the Templars. They're kind of warring over this technological artifact. And at one point, Altair, the main character's master, says this artifact, has the power to create illusions, like Moses parting of the sea with Moses and all that stuff. And I'm just reading through this stuff, this advanced technology doing all this like supernatural stuff. That's it's exactly what crypto terrestrial technology can do, with manipulating perception, or altering perception, fooling your senses. It could also probably, I'm sure, with the anti-gravity tech, it could actually part the sea, so it could have been done actually, and just allowed, different people to see certain things a certain way. That's one example. Like I said, I've hopped around the series a bit. I haven't really had much interest in playing it in order until now. But in the third installment, which was there's some really interesting things going on with the third one. For instance, you're one of the characters, for people who know, Assassin's Creed jumps back and forth between present day and ancient, older memories of when these events were playing out. But in the third one, you're basically trying to stop this solar storm. And in 2012, there was actually a solar storm that narrowly missed us. And in the crypto-terrestrial timeline that was at one point identical to our own, one of the series of cataclysms was a bunch of not a bunch, but a solar storm among other ones. And this played out a lot of these play out roughly in the 2012 time frame, is when the timeline started getting all shitted up, and basically Earth was screwed as it is, as we know it today. It was no longer really that viable. And then you had your underground humans staying underground, the surface humans eventually moving to Moon and Mars, eventually to Orion's belt, which became the Magina. And the underground humans coming up, and the surface humans were gone, and eventually setting up shop in Zeta Reticuli. Became the Sabetchina, and there's other versions of them as well. But it's like, they basically, so in the game you're kind of averting this cataclysm, going through the steps to avert it, and in reality it's already been averted. Those types of cataclysms are preventable by the crypto terrestrials, because they can essentially shield the planet from that kind of stuff. So I'm seeing striking similarities between that and what the very broad strokes of what I know actual human history to be, in terms of some of the other things that have gone on behind the curtain that we haven't really understood or had much access to. But it's, it looks as if it's being coded in. Well, I know it's been coded into pop culture. There's been all kinds of soft disclosure through music and movies, and there's Interstellar. We can get into that later. That one's more kind of fairly obvious. Matthew McConaughey just kind of flat out says, what if it's not them at all? What if it's us? Which that one's fairly obvious, and it's got the cool little Tesseract time square thing with all the different versions of time and things like that. So anywho, that's a different geeking out kind of rampage. But another really just could have been a happy coincidence. It may not be, but like I'm kind of in a position now where I'm I could be wrong, but I'm confident that I've cracked the broad strokes, the big hang on, the cat's coming in here, the big picture of that's Fred, yeah, the big picture of what's going on with the so-called phenomenon, and you know I've come to that, by seeing all kinds of cases, the different research I've done, the commonalities with my own experience, interactions with the beings themselves. When they hacked into my dream, I asked them if they were Orions or Magina, and they wouldn't directly tell me, but they basically, because I don't think they're allowed to directly say at this point yet, but they basically said, we approve of your logical conclusion about this situation, which was, more or less telling me I was on the right track. Anywho, it's my personal belief, and rambling here, but I kind of had, I'm really anxious to get this UAP cat out of out of the bag, so to speak. So I was just like, next year in the United States, there's gonna be protection for whistleblowers and things of that nature. So we're probably at least a good year before any of this stuff really kind of, I don't know, breaks super mainstream. At least that's my 2 cents. So I was like, I'm getting fed up with, interviewers and researchers just kind of going in the wrong direction, and like, oh, aliens, oh, just the alien guy. Oh, he likes aliens. No, I don't. I like extra-dimensional future humans. I'm sure aliens are cool, but I don't know anything about aliens, other than what I see in pop culture, sci-fi, and, maybe theories of biology and this and that. But, no, I'm not an alien guy. I'm an extra-dimensional future human guy. I don't talk about aliens in my songs. Whoever that's directed to. But, no offense to people who like aliens, but I like extra-dimensional future humans better, because that's what's going on. My 2 cents. I know some people like aliens. I just saw somebody who recently commented who had an alien name in their screen name, and it's just like, no, it's not technically an alien. Anywho, enough of that. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I was like, there's like 7 or 8 Assassin's Creed games I haven't played yet, and Fred again, and I was basically, I can keep myself busy up until disclosure in my free time for something fun to do with that, among other things. But and then it turns out like, oh, this is like basically education that's being decoded. That's my personal theory, but there's an awful lot of similarities. I don't know if the folks at Ubisoft are conscious of it. I'm guessing some of them are, or how that whole thing is executed between CTs and humans in creative fields and things like that. But it's almost like maybe it wasn't even my idea. And if it wasn't, thanks dudes and thanks dudettes for suggesting, I think it felt like my idea, but it seemed awfully coincidental that, oh, okay, I'm going to play Assassin's Creed games until disclosure happens, and then it turns out, oh, this seems to be very related to the things that are out there and have been going on for forever and ever now, or thousands of years. So, anywho, I hope you're all having a good day. Can't see him. There we go. Fred. Yeah. Fred says, hope you have a good day. So I'll talk to you guys later.